Wagwan people, this your boy Troubz, and right now you're locked in with a Wiretap. And on the line, I got a very, very special guest, a very overdue special guest, in fact. He's one of the hardest workers we have in our scene. If he's not booking matchups or planning events, you might find him in the ring actually battling. Even on event days, you'll just see him running up and down the venue, making sure everything's in order, as well as hosting the event himself. Then battle rap aside, you might see him running this podcast, the CBD store, managing Shoei Horror, who's signed by Sony. So I can't even imagine how busy that must be. And despite all of that, he's just a good guy, man. Just a good, humble guy. Always showed mad respect, mad love. And yeah, man, it's an honor to have him on the show, man. Ladies and gents, buy some Briggs. What's going on, my bro?
What's going on, bro? Nice one for that little intro. I feel special now. Like, it's been a long time.
Man. Now you only showed love and respect to man, so you know it's an honor to have you on the show, man. And you're a busy guy. I don't think you realize how busy you are.
Not until recently, not until lockdown. Like, not having a bit of actual free time is nice. Like, playing with PlayStation that I never do. So yeah. It's nice to have a few weeks of just chilling a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, earlier this year, you basically announced that, okay, 2020 was going to be your last year in battle rap, and
yeah,
COVID-19 kind of hit 2020 hard. So do we get an extension for 2021? What's going on, bro? I think we're going to need you next year.
Yeah, there'll be an extension. So yeah, I was going to leave at Apex 2 in September. Obviously, that didn't go to plan at all. I was going to leave just because I had so many other things going on outside of battle rap, and I thought, rather than me committing to doing this half-assed, I'd rather bring someone in who can run Premier Battles and just leave them to run it themselves. But obviously, the business opportunities I had outside of Premier Battles have kind of gone to the sidelines like everything else has this year with coronavirus. So see where we end up. Yeah, I've got 2 events booked in. Obviously, Apex 2, and then we've got one next year in March, and then we'll see where we are and just reassess everything, I think.
Dope. All right, well, before we get into Apex, can you share with our listeners what kind of matchups would we have seen this year if COVID-19 minded its own business, basically? What matchups would we have seen?
I think you'd definitely have seen Shotty versus Gemini. That's already pretty much...
Fuck COVID for real, boy.
Bro, I mean, that definitely would have happened. Shotty called Gemini out at the end of his John battle. They both won it. Everything's agreed on paper with that battle. Everything's pretty much ready to go. COVID aside. So that was going to be sort of my last battle that I was going to announce on stage, was going to be Apex 2, me announcing Shotty Gemini, and then walking away sort of myself. But yeah, there's a few that was going to happen, but we pushed him to Apex, so I can't really say too much yet because we've not announced it.
Yeah, I thought you might have rescheduled it to Apex 2.
There's only 1 or 2. Obviously, we had the Anarchy card in London that didn't go ahead, so you had like Shocks the Rebel, Joey Gambello. That'll probably be 2021 now. What else was on there? Matter Unanimous. There'll be a few that'll happen next year. But yeah, to be fair, mate, it's given us a chance to just sit back and look at the roster, look who we want to push, and actually just go, right, let's make Apex. That's why we've decided to just do it UK versus UK only, no internationals. Let's just put a big event on with our own battlers and see what we can make out of it. So it's been a bit of a blessing in some weird ways as well.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I've been looking forward for a UK versus event for a while. I think and Gemini said that on my interview with him. He said one thing that would be dope was if everyone was to be in it at the same time again.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we get dialects and blah blah blah, but then we don't have Gemini, we don't have Shoei. When we have Shoei, we don't have Shocks. And if everyone was in it at the same time, it would have been, it would just be dope, man. How many battlers did you have to bring out of retirement to do that UK versus UK card? Plus he's a 2-day event, no?
Yeah, so we originally wanted to do a 1-dayer, but the interest we had was just mental. Like, people shouting us that I've not battled for 2 years, wanting to get involved. And it just ended up becoming a weekend event, just down to the fact we had that many opportunities of booking people. There's a few people that are coming back to Premier Battles that have left. A few people that have sort of just not battled for years. I mean, Dialect, for example, was one of the ones he's been out for 2 years. Unfortunately, we couldn't lock anything in for Apex with him, but there was a big conversation that went ahead trying to make that happen, but it's just not the right time for Dialects. But hopefully we'll see him back 2021. But I reckon we've got 14 battles in 2 days. I reckon 6, 7 of them could headline pretty much any card in the UK.
Wow. So how many of them are coming out of retirement? In a sense?
Off the top of my head, 4, 5 maybe.
Wow.
When you say retirement as well, like some of them never retired, but they've not battled for 18 months, 2 years, or so it'll be interesting. There's a few battles people won't expect to be on there, a few battlers that people won't expect to be on there. But it's about, we try to balance it with bringing battlers back, putting the top tier on, but also bringing people through that are going to be the next wave of UK battle rappers. Like, I don't want to book a card full of battle rappers that are going to do Apex and then not battle again. Like, it's pointless us investing in that. So there's a lot of battlers we're giving shots to, a lot of battlers we see like over the next 2 or 3 years are going to do something. So let's give them a big plate now while these opponents are still there for them to go against.
Yeah. So Shocks is officially back then. It wasn't just like Joey Gambella wasn't just going to be a one-off.
Yeah, Shocks is on the card. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Fire match as well.
Boy, I'm looking forward to this matchup, man. I'm looking forward, and I'm not gonna lie, because I've been looking for a solely UK card for a while.
Yeah.
Just because I think I remember them events being sick, man. Like everyone was basically from the country, kind of thing, in a sense.
Yeah, of course.
And the vibe in them events used to just be sick. Like, don't get it twisted. I like the internationals and they're a breath of fresh air, but for a while, all we were seeing in every card was internationals, and I think just the UK versus UK card is just sick. And again, like what Gemini said, if everyone's in it at the same time, I think it can bring the interest in the UK battle rap back. I think anyway. But let's see, man. Let's see. What made you guys do a 2-day event? Is it just because there's too many battles, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I think we locked in the first day within 72 hours, pretty much. And they were like big battles, and we thought, what it came down to is the battles were at a certain caliber where it was like, we can't put him on first because he's too big to go on first. So we had to then book a couple of, not card fillers, but like up-and-comers and people who were, sort of on the incline at the minute. And then it got to a point where we had 12 battles, and we was like, fuck, going to have to do it on the weekend today. And then it got to 14 battles, and then we ended up moving a couple to different events that we had pre-Apex if they do happen. But it ended up, I think we're at a point now, we've got like 28 battles booked total from now until April next year. So it was a bit of a juggling match, but it's nice to see battlers wanting to get back involved again.
Yeah, definitely. Is it on Apex? Is it all a cappella, or is there on beat clashes on there?
All a cappella. So it's one thing we spoke about with Prem. We're not going to do on beat battles. Like, it's not what the channel is. We are going to go into on beat battles, but it won't be under the Premier Battles brand. We'll be launching something next year for that. But yeah, we just want to keep it a cappella battle rap. It is what people come to our channel to watch at the end of the day. So I don't want to start filling it with, music videos and online clashes, because it's not what we are. You go to Link Up or Grind Daily or whatever, see all that. So let's just keep our own little lane going, I think.
Yeah. Where's Apex going to be? Has that been announced as well already, or did I miss that?
No, yeah. So both days are going to be in Manchester.
Okay.
The idea is, obviously, we had All Star in London with Shotty and John. And by the time this comes around, it'd have been a year since our last event. So You know, Manchester's where we pull in our biggest crowd. The atmosphere is always better than anywhere else we've gone. So it just makes sense to do it in Manchester. But what we are thinking of doing is booking small venues across the country, like 100 caps, and live streaming the event direct to pretty much 5 or 6 cities around the country. For people who can't attend the actual event, whether it's because of coronavirus or the event sold out, you'll be able to go to a venue in your own city and watch it live on a screen there. So trying to make it.
Wow, that's mad.
Yeah,
that's mad. Still, what, cinema style kind of thing.
See, we want to get it to a point where, like, say for example, we do a live stream in Glasgow. When you go to that event, there'll be a couple local battles on there as well with people who aren't on Apex or whatever. But it's still part of the entertainment. And then we'll have camera crews that can cut to reactions in Glasgow, reactions in Leeds, Birmingham, you know what I mean, from the battles. So trying to make it a spectacle, mate, not just a battle.
That's mad. You lot could end up making like some mad documentary even out of this.
Well,
like,
mate, so that's what
we're
working on that at the minute. Like, we was already working on the Apex documentary last year before it all went tits up. But yeah, I'm trying to just do more than battle rap, mate. Trying to make it into something people want to watch.
Yeah. I mean, well, COVID hit. Obviously, Anarchy was the event you lot had in Bricks and Jam, isn't it? Did you guys have another event planned for this year? Or?
Yeah, so we had we did the undisclosed event in February, which was the Cole Jane LSD one. That's only a small room thing.
Yeah, Bloodstroll did organise all of that, innit?
Yeah, so Bloodstroll's going to head up our sort of undisclosed events, which are going to be like 250 cap venues, and that's for like tryouts, people who we think are good, but they're not quite on an Apex stage yet, but could do some work. And then obviously we'll throw in a couple of headline clashes on the cards. So we had that booked. We did that. We had Anarchy, which was cancelled. Postponed for the minute. We still paid for Brixton Jam, so we can use it whenever. We had another undisclosed event, which fell through because of Corona, obviously. And there's meant to be one in September, which, to be honest, isn't looking like it's going to go ahead now. So it'll just be the Academy Series and Apex, which will be our battles from now till the end of the year, pretty much.
No. Are you battling this year?
I'm on Apex, yeah.
Wow, we get back some bricks back on the ring.
Mate,
I think you had to, though. You had to in the ring. We had to. So, okay, well, so far in this interview, we know that Bison Briggs is in the ring. Shocks the Rebels in the ring.
I tried. I was done. But the battle that I've got came out of nowhere, and it was like, there's only a couple people I'm actually interested in battling anymore, and this person was one of them. So when it got put, to be fair, it was Bloodstroll who put it to me, because I kept saying, no, I'm not interested in battling, but if this is my last one, it'll be a good one to go out on, sort of thing. But I'll never say never, you know what I mean? I'm always there if something good pops up, see what it is.
So that's another thing I was going to ask you. Like, who are you still interested in battling? Obviously, you've got whatever matchup you locked in with, but is there any other matchups you interested in?
Yeah,
you've been in this game for a long time, so
yeah, I've been doing this 10 years or something now. I mean, there's a few people who, obviously, without mentioning the Apex opponent, there's like, I think me and Hulk still needs to happen at some point, just because it's been booked in so many times and fell apart. That's probably still, I mean, I don't even know if I'm that interested anymore, but I still think me and Rivers would have a good battle. Who else? I don't really know who else it is for me, to be honest. I'm one of them.
I think Joker Star would be a good one. Yeah,
sorry, me and Joker Star's been pretty much spoke about for the last 2 years or something, so yeah, I'd be up for Joker knows I'll be up for doing that. Trying to think. I'm one of them, mate. I don't really give a shit how big you are, you know what I mean? If it interests me at the time, I'll do it. I would like to battle an international. I've had like 3 that have all fell apart, so see what happens. But at the same time, I don't want to battle an international for the sake of battling an international. It has to be someone I'm interested in battling in. See what it is. I like running the events more now, mate. It's too much of a pressure battling and running the events.
Yeah, man. Yeah. How do you see battle rap, UK battle rap, after you hang this up, man? How do you see this going?
You know what? One of the reasons I was going to leave I think I said this to someone else the other day, was I think for the scene to go forward, a lot of the old guard, me included, because like I said, I've been doing this 10 years now, I think we have to step back and let the new wave take this forward. Because as much as Don't Flop, Premier Battles, did our thing, when I was working for Don't Flop, like Don't Flop was at the peak sort of thing. They were getting, every battle was doing numbers, selling out venues across the country, and it was sick, but it was because we went viral when nothing else was going to go viral. And we've sort of, every person that's been around since then is stuck in the same cycle of repeating events, repeating ideas. You know, and half of these kids who are coming through now understand the internet better than we do. They understand a lot of shit better than I ever will. So maybe it's time for us to take a step back and let people with new ideas step forward and go, this is where we think the scene's going to move.
Yeah.
But I think it's in a good place, mate. I think the minute we stop saying UK battle rap's dead is good for everyone, because everyone just loves to say that. And these battle rappers that are saying it that have not battled for 2 or 3 years, like, you're probably one of the reasons it's dead. It's because you're not getting involved. Yeah. Like, your only involvement is saying it's dead.
I don't think he's dead. I think he's on a low point, but I don't think he's dead.
No, I don't. It's definitely not dead, mate, because there's still fans, there's still battlers, and they're still getting views. You know what I mean? So it's just we're at a place where it just needs a reset and go from there. People need to stop expecting to get 100,000 views. It doesn't happen anymore. Be happy if you get 10K nowadays. And once that is appreciated, and people who were making £600-700 on Don't Flop when they were doing 2 million views have to understand that's not there anymore. Let's be sensible with it and go where it is. But it's sort of getting a balance now. I think it will be back there within, hopefully at Apex. But see, mate, we'll see.
I don't know about the new wave taking over. Like, there's not many people in the new wave to take over, I don't think.
Yeah, it's hard to see where it's going to go, to be honest. I just think there needs to be new ideas, because look at all the, I'm 32 years old, me now, mate, like TikTok and Thriller and all these mad apps, right? I don't get them. I'll have a little play with TikTok because I've got 2 kids, but I don't get it. I put a clip on there the other day.
I'm in the same boat, same age as you, bro.
It's a new, because I remember when I got into Don't Flop, Unilad, Lad Bible were all brand new. So when they were going viral, Don't Flop was going viral. Nowadays, TikToks are going viral, Thrillers are going viral, and Battle Rap hasn't connected to that. I put a clip out. I set a Premier Battles TikTok up the other day just to try it. And I put a clip out there. It's on 500,000 views, one clip. And when I checked the analytics the other day on the battle that went up on TikTok, it's gone up by 4,000 views in the space of like 28 days. So whether it's
that's mad.
Whether it's bringing in these younger kids, not even young, like 24, 25, who get this sort of shit, and know there is avenues to go down there, maybe it'll have another boom point again. But it's all what ifs at the minute, isn't it? We do the YouTube thing, we do the Facebook, the Instagram, like that's all part of the marketing, but there's got to be some avenues we don't even know about that kids are mad into at the minute. Like I say, TikTok, for example, like it's part of it, but at the same time, there does have to be a balance. Like, you can't just walk into this scene and not, I always say the best league owners were battlers, because you understand how the battlers feel. Plus, you have a bit of respect anyway, because you've been in the pit and you've dealt with it. So it's just about the juggling act between it.
Yeah. There's a lot of battle rap fans out there, though, that are we're just not reaching them in it. Like, so yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I was even thinking the other day, and I think I said this to one of my brethren, but someone needs to basically hit like unis and stuff and with flyers and be like, yo, you a battle rap fan, yeah, you like Lux and these guys. Look, well, we don't have Lux here, but we've got Shocks. You don't know who Shocks is, but we got Shotty, we got Gemini. You don't know these guys are, like, give them a chance. Come to the event. Maybe give them like a new fan, and if you know he's plainly a new fan, like maybe give them like half price entry or something, and I don't know, him and the brethren or whatever, if we can afford to, of course, and then try and get them involved, and they might become a fan. Like, I don't know, and maybe we need a street team or something that's hitting actually the roads and actually physically approaching these people with, like that's what I thought, but I think that would be dope,
makes
man.
sense. I mean, Dopeflop used to do a lot of, the university tours and things, and that's where a lot of the fan base came from. I think what a lot of the situations are now as well is, even I was involved in Dopeflop at the time as well. Like, we did burn a lot of bridges with sponsors, investors, venues, just because of our business. And this isn't me saying it was Rowan, it was pretty much everyone, like how things were done at the time. But bear in mind, we were all fucking kids who got involved in a scene from rapping and didn't expect it to go as big as it did. You know what I mean? I bet if you ask Rowan and Kruger, they never expected at 17 to selling out Manchester Academy, Manchester Ritz.
Yeah.
But it's obviously we all grew up. It turned into a bit of a business now. So it's like you say, maybe it is going back to the original roots and doing street teams and bringing in new people. I think one of the main things you've got to do is just understand what the audience is nowadays, which is it's at our fingertips because everything's fucking tracked now, isn't it? Facebook, you can check who's looking at your page and everything. But yeah, I think, audiences are still there. I mean, we've had a couple dead events. We've had a couple rammed events. Like, the weird thing is you never quite know what event's going to sell out and what isn't going to sell out. It's strange. So it's just understanding that a bit better, I think.
Yeah. What are you saying with the music, though? I see you'll be dropping a few freestyles. I know it's lockdown. That's probably you, right? You're bored and you dropped a few freestyles. But what are you saying? Are we getting more projects from Battles Briggs?
Same with the battles.
There's no time.
Don't know. I did my run with the music thing. I did all right with it for a bit, but just too busy, mate. I ain't got time and effort to be in the studio writing, and even I've just come off Shotty's tour with Shotty, and like I was knackered by the end of it. I'm old now, mate. I'm out of shape and everything. I used to run around that stage dripping sweat and that, like. But music's one of the things. I'll never stop making music. I'll never stop rapping. Like, I'm a rapper, you know what I mean? I've been doing it 20 years or something. But yeah, as far as like chasing a goal and trying to get a fucking top 10 single or whatever, past all that, mate. Like,
it does seem like you do music because you're just having fun with it, really.
Yeah, you know what it is, mate. A lot of my mates don't watch battle rap. They think it's cheesy. They don't get it at all. But they like hip hop. They like grime. So a lot of the music I make is just for them. You know, if they spin it in the car, then it's a decent tune for me. Like, I get a lot of people around my area where I live, and that they all back sort of the music I'm putting out. But it's good enough for me. I'm not trying to be a superstar. I'm not trying to be H or Bugsy Malone. You know what I mean? Like, just trying to do
the scene's a lot younger as well. Like these kids on the scene are like 18, 19, 20, 22 max.
Mate. I haven't got the energy anymore. Like, fuck all that. All the posting on your Instagram once a day and doing Instagram lives and all that. Nah, I'm 32 now. I just want to sit in my slippers and watch telly. Like,
facts. That's literally me. Like, I barely post on socials. Even this, I do this because I like battle rap, and I felt like there wasn't enough media, to be honest. And I always felt like I listen to things different than other people, and I only realized that late, I think, because I used to, even with music, sometimes I'll listen to something and I'll be like, this is sick. I'll play it to someone and be like, yeah, this is all right. And I'm like, no, bro, this is not all right. Like, do you understand how sick that is? Like, and I always wanted to basically break down how sick that actually is, and just finding ways to articulate myself and get my point across that I'm basically learning as I'm doing this. But yeah, man, it's dope to get you on the show, man. It's dope to get you on the show. So what are you saying, next year you're still around and you've got an event booked in March? Is that do we get internationals on that one, or
no? So the headline, well, there'll probably be one or two internationals on the card. but the headline's UK versus UK again. We're gonna go proper marketing campaign on this. Most people will probably have an idea what the battle is, but it's gonna be. We're putting everything into this. Let's just say that. Like, one of the reasons we're not doing
for the March event.
Yeah, this for the March event. Yeah. So
is that All Star or was that just?
Nah. So All Star is usually December, but obviously with Corona, we're just going to scrap the All Star this year and just do Apex, and then we'll probably restart 2021 up with maybe even use the Anarchy brand again. Headline it with this battle we've got, and then we've got one or two others penciled in for it. Ideally, mate, if I can make another UK versus UK top tier card, then I'll do that every single time. It's just having the battlers available and willing to do it.
Yeah.
Internationals are great. They are great, but, you know, half the time they don't give a fuck. They don't come prepped or anything. But, you know, you do get the ones like, you know, Real Sick that come over and put on a show. And to be fair, all the battlers on Apex last year, like Real Deal, Chiller Jones, all gave a show. But, you know, for the money we paid for Serious Jones, mate, we could have put on an event, like, and that was just a mess. But at the time, it served its purpose. We needed international eyes on the platform, and that's what it provided. Like, we ended up going up like 6,000 subscribers just off the All-Star game. So it's, you know, it was money well spent in some ways. So, but we've done that now. Let's try and rebuild the scene we're a part of rather than relying on outsiders to come in and do it. But I think be good, man. Be good.
There's a few even like not like underground, but they're not like as mainstream battles that I think they'll be dope here. Like battles like Oops, like we came here and put on a show kind of thing. And there's a few battlers out there that I think if they came here, even I speak to a few on the gram, and they actually, for them is their dream to come here. So I think they'll be sick. Like people like Street Hymns, I think he's dope. He's on Hoops, it's click. He's always says is one of his dreams to come to the UK, and I think he'll take it serious. There's a few battlers that would be dope still. There's a few battlers.
We get, I'm not gonna lie, we get hit up all the time, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook of battle rappers from, you know, Canada, America saying, can I come over to the UK? The only thing we have to weigh up is like, if they're going to pay their own flights, fine, we'll book you on pretty much any card you want to come over on, because, you know, you're invested in this and you're also coming out on your own dime. But there's a lot of battle rappers in the States and Canada that for us to go and drop £700 on a flight, and then you
won't sell tickets here.
Yeah, they won't sell tickets, and we have to sort of as a business, you have to recoup it. Like, these battle rappers I'd love to book tomorrow, but they're probably going to sell 10 tickets off the announcement, which isn't going to cover a quarter of the flight. Which is why people always play it safe and get, you know, your Charlie Clipses and your DNAs, because they sell tickets. That's simply down to it. Which is when we put like Shotty and John, we knew we could take a risk and bring out Real Sick or put Oops on the card. Like, you know, these are battlers that are not going to sell out an event, but they're sick. And it doesn't matter if they sell 10 tickets or 5 tickets. At the end of the day,
Shotty will. So.
Yeah, Shotty is selling it. So you can do the gambles like that, but it doesn't always work. Like, for us to bring out, I don't know. For example, I'm a fan of King Jables on iBattle. For me to fly him out tomorrow to headline an event, it's not going to sell the event out. It'll be a mid card over there, but he'll bring an A1 performance, and people will be saying he'll have probably one of the best performances of the year. But as a business sense, it's not 100% there yet. But on a big card like an Apex or something, you know, I can afford to bring him out, and he can be a middle of the card, and we're not relying on him to sell tickets. We can definitely do that. It's just about balancing, mate. That's the biggest ball out of this promoting shit.
Yeah. But you lot announced yesterday, got Raptor versus Rivers.
Yeah.
That is a very, very dope matchup.
Yeah.
I see Raptor coming off the Yunnan battle, actually going in, going on some ape shit, and Rivers in being back on Premier Battles in a while. So I think it's gonna be if this is your first announcement, it's got me wondering what else you got in the locker still. I'm not gonna lie, matchup wise.
This is it's one of my favourite matchups on the card. Obviously, Rivers coming back to Premier Battles after being the champion. He's got a point to prove on this platform. Raptor, the worst thing you could do to Raptor is battling after a loss. Like, he's always dangerous to battle back. Like, you see it with Red Flag. Every time he takes a bad loss, he bounces back 10 times stronger. So, yeah, these two, I think, this is a battle I've wanted to see for ages, to be honest. Like, when we did the Premier Battles match days and stuff, it was one I was always sort of saying, let's try and make that happen if we can. I think we're going to do Apex both days in the pit as well, not stage. So this will be a little dogfight. Yeah, I think this battle will be sick.
What venue got for that? For Apex?
We've got 3 venues penciled in, but it's just down to coronavirus, mate. Like, it's pointless us locking in the Manchester Academy tomorrow, and then we can only get 200 people together. It just defies the whole purpose of it. So we've got the smallest venue we've got locked in is Venue. I don't know if you came to the match days at Venue when we used to do the pit where Rivers battled.
I went to the Venue, yeah.
I did. Yeah, so that's the smallest venue we've locked in. And then we've got, obviously, the Academy and another venue called Gorilla, which we're looking at as well. So just depends on coronavirus, mate, but we'll see.
Yeah. How hard is it to book venues now, though? Because no one really knows what's going on.
Yeah, it's near impossible. So I'm pretty lucky because I've been doing events for 10 years or something in Manchester, not just battle rap, like music and everything. So I've got quite a good relationship with a few venue owners and promoters. So I've just kind of worded them up and said, look, this is the date we're looking at. Can you just pencil me in? And then as soon as we know what's going on, we'll send the deposit over to make it official. So, yeah, it's just a waiting game at the minute. That's why I've not put the tickets on sale, because I don't want to go and sell 400 tickets. We can only do 200 cap venue. It's pointless. So just have to refund everyone. So just have to sort of see where we end up. Probably judge it by September, October time, see where we're at, and then drop the tickets, however many we can sell.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I'm definitely going to be in the building whenever that is. I'm always grab a ticket quick. So I'm not going to miss that one still.
You're always one of the first ones that pop up on the ticket thing.
Yeah, man. I'll pull up, man. I'll pull up. And I support as well. I know there's a lot of guys very entitled. Oh man, but I'll do this to the scene. Let me in free. I don't hold anyone. I just do my thing, man. And
I appreciate
the scene, man. And that's what a lot of you lot need to start doing as well, man. Buy the tickets, man.
Serious, mate. Like, I'm one of them, mate. If you hit me up and say, I can't afford a ticket, like, and I know you genuinely come to events anyway, 9 out of 10 times I'll just put you on the guest list. If I know you've been there supporting anyway. But if you've got tenner in your bank or whatever it is, and you can afford a ticket, grab a ticket. Like, that's not just for Premier Battles, that's for every league. Because at the end of the day, the only way we can throw events is by you buying tickets and pay-per-views. So, that's the only way the team's going to grow again, man. If we can start selling out these events, people want to come because they want to know why it's selling out. So hopefully we can start doing that again very soon.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. Yeah, tell these guys to buy tickets, man. They all see bare people at the doors. Oh, I'm going to try and get in, and I'm going to try and call Shorty, or I'm going to call Briggzy. I'm like, that is so stressed. You came all the way here, and you don't even know if you're going to get in. Nah.
Bro, half of these man turn up and go, oh, I've not got a tenner for the door, for the ticket or whatever. But then they're buying beers all night. Like, hey? Like, come on, lads, that's 2 beers or something, your ticket. I'd have bought you a beer for coming. It's mad. The scene's mad.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. But yeah, man, thank you for coming on the show, bro. I need to hit you up, man. I need you to ask you a few questions and advices on this analytics stuff. I don't get this YouTube stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, man, I'm gonna hit you up, man. I'm gonna hit you up. But
anything like that, let me know.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, bro. Hope lockdown is treating you and family good, and you lot all blessed and in good health and all of that. And yeah, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Bless up, bro.
It's been a long time coming, mate. Let us know if you ever need me on again. I'm always about.
Definitely. Yeah, man. I'll hit you up. I've been meaning to hit you up for a while, but then I kind of went on a little hiatus and I thought, okay.
Mate, I know how it is.
Time to come back is now.
Yeah, don't worry. I know them ones. It's hard work.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Man,
man. Peace up, my bro.
Peace, bro. Keep up the good work.
Bless.